How can we lose against the bottom club one week? Conceded 146 goals, and then against a side like Boston, going out for the championship, put on a display like that and win 2-0.
Well, like we say, every game is different. You know, you can never. You'd like to think you can plan for every game, but you cannot. I mean, I would think we could plan to be 3-0 down after half an hour at Durham, and we still should have won the game in the end, regardless of what happens. But you've got to give praise to the opposition at times. And I thought, like I said last week, the Durham lads worked very, very hard and got the ascendancy and made life difficult for us. And it was the same for us last night. We got the lead. We were determined to keep it. We got a penalty straight after half time, which gave us a 2-goal cushion. And after that, we fought like lions to keep it. And we'd all like to put our finger on displays like last night, but we can't really. It's just part and parcel of football.
Okay, Harry. Now, you gave a debut to an on-loan player from York City, Andy McWilliams. There's obviously been a lot of plaudits for his performance on the left. How did you see his game?
Well, I thought he did very well. He obviously didn't meet the place till 7:15. Although he does know Jimmy Beadle, and I think he knows Jed. But I've seen him play last year for York, and he's got a decent left peg. I think he's grown a bit since last year as well. But I thought, to be perfectly honest, I thought he equipped himself very well. He couldn't get in a much tougher baptism and did extremely well for us.
Okay, Harry, and also, how important was it to have Ibi Hassan back at the in the centre half position to add that pace there?
Well, very important. I mean, Ibi's, really speaking, the way circumstances have been, we've had to look about for other alternatives in terms of playing players in other areas of the park, and sometimes you pick the right decision, sometimes you pick the wrong decision. Ibi gives that little bit of pace at the back, and what it does do is it allows the other players in front of them to go and attack the ball, and a lot of the time not worry if it's knocked behind them, because they know Ibi's going to be there. So that when you've got that degree of certainty in your back burner, that if you miss it, he's going to be there. It does make life a bit easy for you.
Would it be fair to say that was your strongest three centre halves playing last night, then, Harry?
I think the way they're playing, although to be fair, I think Andy Leeson does extremely well as a centre half. I mean, to be fair to Andy, he's doing well wherever he's playing.
Indeed.
I think if we give him a shot in goal, he'd have a good go at it. He's just that type of player and that type of lad. But I thought the three of them, Ibi, Denny, and Kev, handled the big guy at the back. I mean, he was some size last night. I would say about 6'4", but he was quite mobile, and I was more than happy when they took him off. I must admit that we were delighted when they didn't come, with the two big lads, because the lad were on a sub. He must have been 6'3", and we were delighted when they took Davison off and replaced him with the other fella. So, but I thought, I think overall, I thought the three lads at the back were absolutely terrific.
Okay, Harry. Now, in the context of the season, how big was last night's win? Would it be fair to say that might be the boost that maybe has us push on a little bit and maybe threaten the top five?
Well, I would like to think so, but I think again, we saw the likes of Andy Campbell. Andy Campbell limped off. Hackey came on, and in all fairness, did his best, but he's obviously not 100% fit. We're not going to have Jed or Charlo for at least another fortnight, I would think, and Liam Gildee has now gone back to working on the rig, so we're not going to have him either. So we really are back again to one striker, i.e. Andy Leeson, and anybody else after that, because the sign-on deadline's gone now, and it's going to be very, very difficult to get anybody in. So we're just going to have to battle and scrap for everything we get, Andrew.
Okay, Harry. You mentioned the transfer deadline. Have you managed to sneak in any bargains before the deadline hit?
We've signed a couple. But what we're doing at the minute, Andrew, in all honesty, is we're looking around at teams where they haven't got a lot of games left. So hopefully we can pinch players off them when they aren't playing. And it is difficult because everybody's in the same boat now. Everybody's got a lot of games to play. But as I say, I watched Brandon a few weeks ago, and they had what I thought was a tidy play. So we've managed to get that lad going. We've managed to get the lad from Houghton Town, who I watched a week come Wednesday, and he did quite well. And he's 20-year-old and he's very keen. A lad called Brad Freeman. So it may be that we have to bring him into the squad on Saturday just to make the numbers up.
Now you've seen Bradford Park Avenue and Boston this season. Boston twice, of course. Who do you see winning the Unibond Premier Championship now, Harry? Have you maybe changed your opinion on that at all?
I think Bradford look as though they're going to do it, Andrew. I mean, they beat FC United 5-1 away last night. They've signed a couple from Farsley Celtic. They've signed big Mark Hume, who can play centre forward or centre back. I think they've strengthened at the right time. I mean, the time any manager of any note will tell you the time to strengthen is when you're doing well. You don't wait until you're halfway down the league or the bottom league before you decide to strengthen. You strengthen when you're at the top to make sure you can stop at the top.
Yeah.
And you're always work on the process of, we're fine this week, but in 2 weeks' time we're going to have 3 players injured or a couple suspended. So you make sure you try and anticipate that if players are available and you've got the money to do it. And John's experienced enough now. He's had a couple of a season in the conference with Farsley and before he went back to Bradford, so he knows what it's all about. He's obviously picked the bones out of the Farsley people, which I would do, and any manager would do. And he's getting Serrant, the left back, who's a good player, and I think he's getting a midfield player from there who's quite highly rated. So I think Boston. I think there's a difference in the styles. I think Boston are big and strong and put you under pressure. From the wings, they put a lot of ball in the box. But I just feel Bradford are a little bit better football inside and can probably catch you on the break. And once they get the lead, probably outplay you.
I think it's fair to say that Bradford are the favourites. Now, as always, we've thrown the floor open to the Whitby Town fans. Now, Mackham asks, given the weather and the floodlighting matters and all the injuries, is this the strangest football season in your management career, or even when you were a player as well, Harry?
I would think without doubt. I think it's obviously you get postponements, and we've had them before. And I remember as a player at Scarborough, I think we played something like 67 games in a season, but that was purely down to the reason that we were very, very successful and we're playing 3 and 4 games a week purely and simply because we're winning cups and getting to Wembley and being in the third round of the FA Cup. But in terms of what's gone on this year, not only the fact that we've had games postponed through the floodlights, through the weather, the other fact as well is we haven't even been able to travel to get together to train.
Yeah.
So our preparation has been from either 2 o'clock or 7:15, or even, when we got down there to the game last night, we had Hattie, Cammy and Charlo all out before the game trying the injuries and what have you. So really speaking, I mean, we didn't actually get the lads in till 25-8 last night and tell them what the team was, how we wanted them to play, and how the set pieces would work. And sometimes it's a good thing because it didn't give them time to dwell on things. But it has possibly been the strangest season I've ever experienced as a player and a manager.
Okay, Harry. I think that's special fair play to the lads then, considering the toughness of the preparations there. I mean, I was going to say another question. Is that the most fitness tests you've had before one game, Harry?
I would think so. I mean, the thing about it, Andrew, is that everybody gets sick of hearing teams twist on about your injuries and what have you, but I think it's been a little bit different with us this year because all our injuries have been in the one position, i.e. striking.
Yeah.
And you can get away with your injuries over the length of the team, front men, midfielders, defenders, but ours have been out and out purely what we'd class as strikers, and we made our mind up around before Christmas time to have a go with 3 up, and when we got Cammy to have a go with 2 wingers and 1 down the middle, and it did work particularly well. And to be honest with you, I thought when we came off the pitch at Buxton Street very comfortably and played very well, I said to Bobby, I think we've half a chance here, Bobby, if we can keep things going and keep people fit. Unfortunately, we haven't been able to do it, and we've slipped away. But that type of thing happens, and you just get on with it.
Would you say with such a tough, tight league, certainly there's not many points between, goodness me, around 6 to 16 for almost, you would say. Do you think maybe just the main difference maker is luck with injuries and being able to field your best 11?
Well, I think that's true in any league you play on. I think it's particularly tougher in this league this year. But I still think something like Marine, Matlock even, or something like that. May just sneak a place in the playoff.